What's going on, guys? It's been quite a while and I know that, and this video is just to address a few questions I've been asked recently. The main question I've been asked is, you went to South Africa, why do you have barely any posts, no videos, no content, no vlogs, no real explanation to why? The reason for that is, when I arrived in South Africa, the first night we went out for dinner, so it was myself, Clinton and his grandparents and his girlfriend. That night I had just gotten there, so I had, you know, my bag, my wallet, all my passport, license and stuff like that, bank card, and the cash that I had transferred over previously in the airport. I had all that with me. So what happened was I paid for the meal, just to say, you know, thanks for having me, etc, etc. And you know, it was a great night. The food was amazing. But then his grandparents brought us home, and myself and Clinton went in and we dropped the bag down. So I put my I don't know if you know the Adidas bags that come around here. It's kind of like a fanny pack, people call them, but it was like that. So I had all my documents and everything, my stuff like that into it. So I put that into a backpack he had to save me carrying it, because it had no pockets, and I was a bit iffy, you know, walking around with my bag like that. Anyway, we got home, made a cup of tea, watched a bit of the World Cup. Then we just decided, you know, let's go to the shop and get the toiletries, like the toothbrush I needed, razor, shaving foam, shower gel, and just the basic stuff for showering and stuff like that. So we decided to finish our cups of tea and head out to the shop. So what happened was, we picked up the bag with all the stuff in it, didn't even register to take stuff out of it, you know, as you would, like you're in holiday mode, like you're not really thinking. And so we headed off anyway. We left the compound, so we were staying in this compound. It was almost like the K Club style of things, with where they had security at the front gates the whole way around it. You know, no one could get in, no one could get out unless they knew who was coming in and going out. You had to have a fingerprint on the system, on the security system, coming in and coming out. What happened was, anyway, we left. We told them we were just going to the shop to get stuff and that we'd be back in about half an hour or whatever. So we met up with Clinton's friend, and he lives in an area just across from this place called Hopland, which is real rough, you know. You wouldn't really want to walk there, and you know, we've been warned about it before, but we didn't really go near there. We went the opposite side of the road. But we met up with him anyway, and it was about 9:30, 10 o'clock, in around that time. So it's just after kind of starting to get dark, you know. Street lights were on though, you could still see a good bit. But what happened was, we were crossing the road, we were walking along, and the two guys were walking in front. So I have ducks for demonstration. So just say these are the two lads here, right? So they're, okay, the other one fell. So there's one guy here, that's Clinton. There's another guy, just say here. Then I was behind him because the path was so narrow. I was walking behind, you know, I was on my phone connecting to his Bluetooth speaker in his bag. I was texting people back from home just to say, you know, I got here okay, everything's going great so far, you know, just heading to the shop, just explaining to people what I was doing. So when I got there anyway, we got halfway across and we crossed over on the path. It was real narrow, so as I was saying, I was walking behind. Clinton's friend Keenan says, yo man, I don't like the look of these guys behind us. And now they were a good distance behind, at least 20 to 30 meters behind us, maybe even more. Like a good distance, like you could see them down the road, you could acknowledge they were there, but you couldn't actually recognise their face or see who it was. But I turned around and said, you know, we should be okay, man. Like, there's police going up and down the street, there's people walking, you know. Yeah, we'll be fine. Like, I mean, it's a safe area. I've been told how safe it is compared to other places. So we should be fine. So then about 5-10 minutes later, we were walking down the road, and I went on to change a song on my phone, and I was clicking, you know, next song, and still texting a few people back. And then all I heard was a like that noise. And I was like, you know, first thing I thought was, what the hell? So I went to turn around, and a guy came in from behind me, grabbed me by the neck like this. He had a Glock, you know, the handguns, put it to my head, and was like, get on the ground, give me everything, and literally threw me to the ground. So I was like freaking out. I honestly did not know what to do. I'll be honest, like I'm gonna be honest with you, I was literally crapping myself. I did not know what to do. I just cooperated with them. I was like, yeah, you know, okay, let's go to the ground. I lay on the ground, and then they saw Clinton had the bag, so obviously they presumed, you know, he's the most valuable stuff in the bag. They ran straight for him, tackled him in, dragged him, put the gun to his head as well, dragged him in to the bushes beside the pathway, and literally told us to wait there, that if we moved we'd be shot. So obviously things are going through my head, you know, I'm only here a day, you know, his friend mentioned it, that he's not sure about the guys behind us. Is this a joke, you know, or is this one of his friends just taking the piss? Is he joking, or what's going on? So I said it to his friend Keenan. I said, Keenan, this has to be a joke, man. I said, this stuff never happens. I mean, like, I've never witnessed this stuff. And he said, no bro, honestly, we're being robbed. Just do everything they say, give them anything they want. So obviously what was going through my head was, you know, I'm gonna die. I'm honestly gonna die, because all my stuff was in the bag. And then I only realised that then when they tackled Clinton, you know, that all my stuff was still in the bag, because where we left it in the house and came back and got it, we never took the stuff out of it. So obviously things were going through my head, you know, how am I going to get home and stuff like that. So then one of the other guys that robbed us, so there was two robbers, right? There was one with a gun and one that was just real dodgy and like real touchy-feely and like taking all the stuff off us. So the guy with the gun then comes out from behind the bush, points it at me and says, come on, let's go. And he pulls me into the bush and starts speaking to me in Afrikaans. I only know the bare minimum, and a lot of it is just kind of like, how are you doing and stuff like that, but I don't know a lot of it. And he was just ranting at me, kept asking me questions. And I said, I started panicking, you know, saying, I don't know, I don't speak Afrikaans, I speak English, please speak English. And he started getting frustrated with me. So he kept like taking the magazine out of the gun, popping it back in, cocking it, you know, kept doing that and like making a clicking noise with the top of the gun. And I had my head in the sand, like this. And I remember thinking to myself, before I left the house, you know, my mum said, stay safe. She said, you know, I love you and don't get into trouble. And I was just thinking, you know, going through my head, you know, I'm leaving all this behind. I'm leaving my parents behind, my sister, my other sister, my friends. I still didn't get to start up what I wanted to start up. I'm leaving everyone behind. I'm only young, you know, and this is it. Like, this is literally it. This was going through my head. I honestly thought this was it. He reached into my pocket and he took my phone. He took everything that I had in my pocket. I didn't have much in my pocket, you see, because it was all in the bag. But then Keenan started saying to him, you know, because he was fluent in Afrikaans. I mean, he's South African. So he started saying to him in Afrikaans, you know, he's from Ireland, he doesn't speak English. Just please, just leave him alone. Don't shoot him. Don't do anything stupid. So we cooperated with them anyway, and they left us all lying on the ground after taking our stuff. They got my iPhone, passport, driver's license, bank card, ID, and €500 of cash in their currency. So it's 7,000 rand for any South Africans. So it's a lot of money. I mean, like, it's like someone's month's wage over there in South Africa. But to be honest, I wasn't even considering the money. I was thinking, you know, my passport's gone. What am I going to do? What happened was they kind of started slowly walking away, you know, checking what they got, the value of the stuff they got, and, you know, start splitting it between them. And as they were rooting through the bags and stuff, checking, they were a couple of meters away from us. So we acknowledged they were there, but we saw that we had a bit of a gap on them. So what was going through my head was, you know, the fight, flee, or something like that. You know, the fight or flee. So what was going through my head was flee. Just don't even retaliate. Just let's go. And Keenan then said, right guys, let's slowly get up. So we slowly got up, you know, brushed all the sand off, and walked over towards the path. But he was so clever. I mean, he saw, because he was the last one to be pulled into the bush, so he saw everything was being taken off us. So he took his cash out of his wallet, enough to just give them to be happy with, threw his wallet into the bush, threw his phone into the bush, and then when we got back up, then he just took his stuff out of the bush. So we headed back towards the path on the way to the shop, and we were walking, and then all you hear is, yo guys, yo guys. And this, I'm not even kidding, these two guys are sprinting after us with a gun in their hand, like pointing it like this at us, saying, we gonna shoot. And we just crapped ourselves and said, you wanna run? Yeah, let's run. So we sprinted, no exaggeration, it was about 2.5 kilometers down the road. We ran that fast that while we hit this supermarket called OK, we just collapsed to the ground, passed out with adrenaline and how much we were sprinting, and like just being tired and shocked and scared. And then the security guard that was working on that shift, he was just finishing his shift. He came up to us. He was like, "What happened? Are you okay? Why is running? What the hell's going on?" And we explained to him we got robbed by two guys at the roundabout there. They had a gun. They robbed everything off us. So he took a flashlight or a torch, and he walked the whole way along the road looking for them, but he couldn't find them. And this is the thing that pisses me off. We went to Clinton's friend's house that was only around the corner from where it happened. We ran there, explained to him what happened. He was so nice. He brought us to the police station. We made a statement. But here's where it gets twisted, right? We made a statement. We told them we got robbed with a gun, all of our stuff was taken, and we wanted to file a case. So they were like, okay, let's file a case, but we're cutting out gun, we're cutting out that you nearly died, because it makes the area look bad, and we don't want that to happen. So what was going through our heads was like, we were facing, well, what was going through mine anyway, speaking from experience, was, I'm going to die here. I'm trying to get my stuff back so I can actually go back to Ireland when my holiday finishes, and you're telling me you're not going to file the case because it's too much paperwork to file and it makes the area look bad. You have to be kidding me, man, honestly. But anyway, we went on like a wild goose chase for a week. I had to use people's phones, ring back to Ireland, explain to my parents, what happened. And I literally had no money because my bank card was gone as well, so I couldn't withdraw money. So I had to get them to transfer money into my friend's granddad's account to keep me going. And then I had to get them to cancel my phone bill, cancel my bank card, everything like that. Cancel my passport. There's a new thing where you can cancel a passport now if it gets stolen. But yeah, so then I went to the embassy, sorted out a temporary passport, and that was sorted. Everything was okay. Got through got through with the passport fine. But I remember just sitting there every night after it happened, because I had another week and a bit to go until my holiday finished. But I remember just sitting there on the bed every single night, and this whole thing just kept replaying in my head. Different scenarios, what if I did this, what if I did that, and if I had said something cheeky back to them, they would have shot me. And every time it ended was them cocking the gun, pointing it towards my head, and just boom, everything just goes flash. And I woke up in pools of sweat. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, this is something I've never experienced ever in my life, and it just makes me so grateful towards life, and really appreciate life. And I know some people think, oh, like this life is nothing for me, but honestly, when you have something aimed at you like that, and you think, this is it, and then you scrape it by the skin on your teeth, you really, really appreciate how much beauty there is to life, and how delicate life is. I mean, I have to now spend a ton of money just to get all my documents back, but to be honest with you, I don't even care. I'm just so glad that I'm okay, Clinton's okay, Keenan's okay, and no one was hurt. I just hope that if there's anyone that knows any ways of dealing with this, like or what way to actually cope with what happened, like trauma, because it's only starting to affect me now. And I mean, my holiday ended like a week and a bit ago, so I'm back in Ireland a week and a bit. I've already been back to work, and it's very tough to deal with it, and I don't think I've properly even scratched the surface of dealing with it. So if anyone can recommend some ways of helping me through it. And another thing is, I'll always be here for other people that have gone through like stuff even similar to what I have, you know, like robbed something on them or similar situations. So I'm gonna leave all the links to my social media down below, and don't be afraid to text me no matter what time it is in the day or the evening, and let me know what's up. And I'd appreciate if you give me feedback of how to deal with it, how to get rid of it in my mind, because I've been struggling like to even sleep. Like it's been a real struggle, but I'm just so I'm so happy and thankful that I'm alive right now and I can still live the rest of my life, because I did think it was it, and it just scared the hell out of me. So I do have a few clips from South Africa, and basically what happened was, when they robbed my bag, my keys were in the bag to my suitcase, so I didn't have my camera until near the end. So I have a few clips anyway, and I'll upload them soon. So thank you very much for listening. I've been ranting for about 20 minutes. So I really like feedback on this video. If it's something someone has gone through, just let me know down in the comments, and let me know how you think I should go about getting help and dealing with it. And yeah, it's been King, guys. I'll see you in the next one.